Beautiful day for an actor, a musician, comedian, activist, martial artist, podcaster, radio host, janitor,
talent,
astronaut.
Right.
Hal Sparks is in the house.
Thank you very much.
He's headlining this weekend at Parlor Live in Bellevue, and he joins us live here in the studio this morning.
That's right. Hi.
Oh my gosh,
man?
you are
I'm
so
spectacular.
funny.
Thank
Great
you.
to have you here.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
I have to start with what is most present right now. You are crazy active this morning on social media, which you kind of use as a platform. Just want to show a couple tweets.
Oh, all right.
Pull 'em out.
People are
Let's
already
see what was pulled
already
this morning.
retweeting.
Yeah. Oh, right.
For example, the president tweeted talking about Texas healing fat, and then you
Doing a
tweeted.
great job as chief of staff.
Oh,
I could
no.
not be happier to be more impressed. And this administration continues to ...
And
That was actually really good.
and I yeah.
You
I said
use social media as a big platform, don't you?
Well, yeah, I mean, especially Twitter, because as a comedian, it's actually a great exercise in brevity, in learning to like be concise, use the language in very specific ways, get your laugh done. And a lot of times, I start with like what I think is sort of a punchline or a response or something funny, and it's way over 140 characters, kind of drifting. And I act as my own editor. It's been a great exercise just doing that. But it's at times, I find you got to check yourself so you don't just get angry and respond, because I think a lot of people just go, you know, and lose your mind. Yeah, and you have to. I feel like, especially if you're a comedian, you have to dial it back and go, okay, what's my best tool? I don't want to leave my best tool in the toolbox. Yeah.
He spelled heel wrong.
Wrong,
this
right?
morning,
Yes,
too,
that's
so it's
right.
just
So that's
like,
when the ref.
you know,
And then you have to
tease
get
it up.
So I said, if you're being forced to type this, give us a sign like misspelling heel or something. And so, like, I guess, yeah, Joy Reid, bless her heart, retweeted that. So I got extra legs. I mean, I try to be a little pop culture-y occasionally, or do some sort of, but I just can't. Like, you know.
You've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched you on Talk Soup back when I was in high school.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah, you got your fingers in everything.
Yep.
You're still doing Lab Rats.
That's right.
which
Well,
is
directing
awesome.
that, yeah, and then,
that, yeah.
yep.
But then you do some serious stuff like Queer as Folk, the first TV drama
Mm-hmm.
that really focused on the lives of gay men and women.
Right.
Why did you choose that role?
Well, when I initially read the script, my manager and my agent were not fans of the idea. The ones I had at the time, they're no longer with us, sadly. They're with us. They're running around, but I don't use them anymore.
so they're alive.
Yeah, right. But they both like they basically were like wearing hazmat suits and holding salad tongs, going, "You might want to read this. I don't know."
But you said no, I want to do it.
Yeah, I read it, and it was glorious. It was really well crafted. The character was very strong, and the reality was, in doing a show like that, it had to go further and draw people in, or it wouldn't be useful. It wouldn't. There's no activism in it. There's no moving things forward if you can look away. And so Queer as Folk was very good at grabbing you by the shirt collar and making sure you paid attention. And it was a great time. It was 6 years. We lived in Canada, shooting that thing in Toronto, pretending to be Pittsburgh, freezing, like snow on the ground, wearing a shirt like this, pretending it was springtime, and they would just shoot above the snow. So we're all
Making a difference.
had to put ice in your mouth so you wouldn't have.
You're kidding.
No, you spit it out right before the take, so you
Why
wouldn't
not
breathe.
just shoot in Pittsburgh?
Now go.
Yeah, that's
break.
absurd.
Yeah, tax break.
Shooting in Pittsburgh. Oh my.
So what do people recognize you for? Mostly, you're doing everything. You've got like the agent extraordinaire.
Yeah, well, I mean, I actually drive my agents crazy, because in the age of branding, nobody likes you to do more than one thing. You know, but it used to be that all artists had, like actors had to do it, like Gene Kelly, dance and sing and do comedy and drama and stuff. And now everybody wants you to hype it, like, okay, I just need you to squint for the next 6 years. Okay, you're gonna play nothing but heroes. If we play a villain or a weakling, no one will understand. Your audience will get confused. So I do what I do, and kind of against almost my agent's advice, but all of
working
it's
for
important.
you.
Yeah, all
Still
of it's
gets paid.
important. Yeah.
And when did you first know that you were really funny?
Gosh, when I was watching Monty Python movies with my mom and my aunt who passed away, they would take me to the movies, and I would sit in the front, and they would sit in the middle of the theater. And I was too young to get the references, and I would sit there, and I would hear them laughing, and I would go, okay, that's funny. So they thought that was funny, and that was funny. Okay, so I didn't get it, but I understood that was getting. And then I would do those lines on the car ride on the way home, and I could match the timing of Monty Python, and that's when I was like, oh, it's a skill I can develop. And that
smart
was
kid.
8 years old, 8 years old.
Stop.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I started doing stand-up when I was 15,
Wow.
professionally, and then toured, and I still will. I want to, the George Carlin, George Burns route, where I want to do it till the very last day.
That's your thing.
Yeah,
That's
Because
what
it's,
you do.
I mean, it's amazing.
right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
stand-up is the art form that's the most necessary.
Right, and everyone that comes on our shows on Fridays that's going to play at Parlor Live says that same thing.
Yeah.
It's just the best way to keep the engine going.
Yeah.
So you're also an active supporter of some great charities, too. You've got the AIDS Walk, the Lily Claire Foundation.
That's right.
Imagine a Cure.
That's right.
What keeps you engaged in those causes? Is it personal for you?
No, actually. And a lot of those, it is... I almost have a chip on my shoulder for it having to be your cause for you to get involved.
True. Look
I
at
have,
Houston.
Yep. Exactly. Like you don't have to be in a flood to care about flood victims. You don't have to be, have a child with a disorder to care about people who have children with that disorder. So to me, it really is about where I think I could do the most good. So from Lily Claire Foundation, I came through friends, and this was their charity that they had set up. So I was like, any way I can help or whatever. The Wild Horse Ranch Rescue, which is in Phoenix, they rescue American wild horses from slaughter and the like. And I work with a lot of animal charities, but that was the one that just kind of resonated.
That's great, man. Yeah. Good
We're
for you.
out of time. I have a kid who's a musician who's going into the arts. And I want to just say thank you for supporting the arts, for being an artist,
Yeah.
for being representing
Never
and telling
stop.
kids everywhere, if you love it, just do it.
That's
and
right.
it's going to work out for you.
That's right. Yeah. And by the way, it shapes your brain. We need to teach more kids
Right.
music and arts because
Yes!
it makes their brains more functional. It makes them better with critical thinking. It makes them more responsive and emotionally resilient.
And when you
Hal
follow your
Sparks,
passion,
everybody.
you're a
Parlor
happy
Live
person.
in Bellevue
That's right.
tonight.
Thank you.
Glad you're back in
Shabbat.
Seattle.
Boom.
Superior podcast online as well. Download it.
That's
We'll see
right.
you in a bit.